Hello, my name is Michael O'Keefe, aka The Movie Wizard. If you enjoy this interview and want to hear more top-notch film industry conversations, please press the thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell to stay in the know. Hello, Nithin Lukose. What is the number one reason to watch your movie Paka, River of Blood?
Uh, it is. I think it's a real story from my place. It's there's a lot of I was inspired from a lot of real events and real people. There is a space which is unique from. I mean, it's about my experiences and my memories about my space. After film school, I went back to the space and I started making a film.
Tell me about your life and how it intersected with this story.
Uh, when I was writing script for a long time to make my own feature film, but during a vacation when I went home, I found or I recollected some unique elements in my space. There is one river which is very dangerous for people dying in it. It's infamous for people dying in it, and there is a swimmer who can retrieve the dead bodies, and he's the only one who can swim and retrieve the dead bodies. So this is the first element which actually strike me when I was thinking about that story. Then I formed the whole story around the river and this man, and there is a lot of stories told by my grandmother when they had a migration to North Kerala from the south. I think it's a compilation of almost 50, 60 years of their life and incidents happened there.
Very interesting. I would say for me personally, this is way darker than most Indian movies I see. It's definitely not a Bollywood movie. And I'm just wondering, are there similar movies? Like, are there other dark movies in tone being made in India right now?
There are, yeah, like Anurag Kashyap had made Gangs of Wasseypur. There are a few serious movies and dark movies are being made. Yeah, I think this is a different kind of a movie. Most of the dark subjects are made in the commercial space, so that they show everything, they explain everything. So this is a commercial story, but we approached it a little different.
Oh, well, are there a lot of like beefs? Like, are there a lot of like fights between different families, like you see in the movie, that are happening right now in India?
It used to happen in that space.
Yeah.
And I think I mean, there's a possibility of potential for that to happen because of the religion, because of caste and religion and stuff. I think people are still stuck there in some areas. So in my space, it was happening during maybe 70s or 80s, during the Indian emergency period in 75. But I think after that it got better. Maybe it's not happening right now, but I compiled all the stories from the space, and so I placed it at this moment, if it is happening in the present and how it's going to be.
Okay. So you wrote the script and you directed the film. How much of the script was changed while you were filming?
Script was almost stayed the same when we are shooting it, because I had a 1 year process of writing the script.
Oh.
I had a script mentor from Bombay who used to write for Netflix, and other than so we shot almost 11th draft of the script. So it took time to really develop the screenplay, almost 1 year. During that time, I was doing my the casting, because I was looking at the characters. Most of them are from the space, so I casted them during the writing. I had the locations during the writing, so it was a different process altogether. Like going to a space and making a film from there, more than a studio film. And I think we had a final draft and we shot according to that. But during the edit, which it changed a lot. The structure changed a lot. Some scenes we had to remove it, to make it the flow better.
Okay, interesting. That's a lot of drafts. 11 drafts. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it was a process. Like, I mean, it was going on and on. Like, we were writing it in Malayalam, sorry, in English in the beginning, and almost 5 to 6 drafts we wrote it in English, and then later we started writing it in the native language in Malayalam, and yeah, many drafts.
And it's a lot to wrap my head around. How long was the shoot, and what were the largest obstacles you faced?
Shoot was it was 30 to 35 days. It was in between 30 to 35 days.
Yeah.
And we had some B-rolls also later. That was during the rains. We had to shoot rain separately. So during the monsoons, we shot the rains. And the challenges we actually faced is the non-actors and their performances and how it's going to be. And but we had to take many takes during the during a scene. But I think we used to get it after maybe the 10th take or the 15th take is going to be the right take sometimes. But I think after 1 week or after a week, the actors became more professional because they got to know, okay, how to do this. So the beginning, a few days were really challenging. First 5 days, 7 days was really challenging. But then it happened really well.
Do you write like a lot in a short period of time, or do you write consistently like every day? Like do you put aside time every day, or do you just like write like 12 hours a day for like a 2-month period or something like that?
No, I used to push myself to write, long hours, but I can't. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you can only write when you're motivated or you are
Mm.
you're ready to write. So I used to sit there for writing, but it might not happen. A few days will go without writing, but a few days will be really good. Maybe one day is good, one day is not good. But at least a few hours I used to write, force myself, and at least for the first draft, we wrote it like that.
Yeah.
Then with the help of the script mentor, we used to change the drafts. So, and whenever I was getting time and the space to write, and I'm motivated, so I used to travel from Bombay. I was working in Bombay that time. Then I used to travel to my space to get the motivation to go to the space and live there for some time to write. So yeah, it was a process like that.
So I love what I call a death glare. The death glares in this movie. That character who's on the bike, he sort of gives that dirty look. You know what I'm talking about?
Johnny.
Yeah. So
Okay.
was that your idea, or did it come from him?
So that is a fat guy you're talking about. Among the friends. No,
Yeah.
I think they're all from the village, and I mean when I go back to my space, and these are the people whom I used to interact with, most of them.
Yeah.
So I casted them as it is, like they are what they are in real life. That's how they behave in real life. So it was 90% of its casting is real people.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me how you went from the sound department to directing your own feature scripts.
Sound part, I'm a sound designer. I used to be
Yeah.
a sound guy, and for this film, whenever I was writing it, I was going back to my space in my hometown where the film was shooting. The shooting was happening, so I was there, and I used to carry a sound recorder with me, a handheld sound recorder, Zoom H6. So whenever I was there, I used to record at least half an hour a day or night, and I had a collection of almost 1 year's sound bank of the space before we are going to the before we're going to the sound design space. And when I've given all the files to my sound designer and asked him to use these sounds, because Wayanad sounds very different. The space we shot the film, it sounds more like a forest because of, I think 40% of that district is forest, and it sounds like forest because of different crickets, day crickets and everything. So I asked him, the sound designer, to treat it in a way that emotionally how can we use these sounds, and I think that did a good job with that. I was not getting into sound completely this time, and I wanted a vision from a different point of view. So I was a little away and just instructing them how to get it done.
Okay, Nithin, thanks for your time. My final question is, what does the inclusion of this film at the Toronto International Film Festival this year mean to you personally?
Toronto is it's one of the biggest public festivals in the world. I think and this was really a blessing to get a film there. And we were in the WIP Work in Progress Lab in NFTC Film Bazaar, and we are trying to get into festivals after this. We are sending it to festivals, and here I think the Cameron really liked the movie, and he thinks this kind of movies needs to be made from a space like India, maybe a South Asian movie, and we think it's one of the best space what we have got, to premiere the film and start with. because this is like a discovery section. It's a first time filmmaker discovery, and the whole team is very glad about getting into Toronto. And I think Toronto will give us more spaces to, it'll open up a lot of opportunities for the film in the future.
Well, I agree with Cameron Bailey completely. I didn't know what I was getting into, and I really enjoyed the movie. And congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.